Are you prepared for the empty nest? Welcome to my channel. I'm Theresa Pocket and I guide moms through the empty nest transition. So if you're here with me, here ready to discover if you're prepared for the empty nest, there's a little voice, there's something inside you that knows that maybe you aren't prepared. And I am in this video going to share with you 3 truths. And my intention for you is that upon hearing these 3 truths, you can take one or more of them in, contemplate, and that they will in some way ease your transition. So let's get going. Are you prepared for the empty nest? So the first truth is that none of us is prepared for the empty nest. And it can seem like abyss. And the image for me that comes up is one of walking out onto a high dive. Because for me, that is scary. That's a scary thing. And just not knowing, being afraid, there's something, I don't know what's coming. Once I step off, I'm out of control. And the truth is, we already are out of control, but it's scary nonetheless. And even those, and I've talked to many moms who are in and who have gone through the empty nest transition, even some that are not at the empty nest point, but who are going through the transition nonetheless. And we'll get to that a little bit. But there are the few moms who would have others believe that everything's great. This is wonderful. In fact, I've been counting down the days for years to be free. This is amazing. And there may be a small subsection of those moms who say that for whom that's true. But I know that the majority of those who will say that and will tell those stories are masking. They are masking, and they may not even be conscious that they're masking the feelings and the voices and the energies inside that really are not aligned with what they're saying. So how does that feel in your body? None of us is prepared. Allow yourself to be unprepared. Okay. So you can take that pressure off yourself that you should be prepared for this. No, no one is. Allow yourself to be unprepared. Okay, the second thing is that everyone's transition is different. There may be some large aspects of the transition that are the same, but the specifics, the things that, we tend to talk about and the stories we tend to tell when we are in the middle of this transition, they're going to be different, and they're going to have different feelings and different energies behind them because we are all different. We all have a very different energetic body. We've all been conditioned in different ways. We all have an energetic essence that is unique to us. And so we're going to experience the transition and what happens and what our children say to us differently than other moms going through the transition. And even there's a very large aspect of this that I want to bring forward. It's sort of like a physical aspect of how this is different for different moms. So for some, on one extreme, it can feel like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I went from really having all this influence and even control and this ability to be with and to observe and to support my child to boom, they're out of the house, they're away from me. And now I feel like it's so extreme going from everything seemingly to nothing seemingly. Okay, it can feel like somebody just ripped a band-aid right off. Very, very extreme. That's on one end of the spectrum. Okay. And then it can feel like, oh, well, um, I divorced from their father when they were young, and that was really difficult because then I had to share them, and I had to, I had to be in my home alone without them, and that was really challenging, and that was a very that was a big adjustment for me. And then even after that, then they got old enough and they went to summer camp, and oh my gosh, I was away from them. They were out of the house and away for weeks at a time. And that was really a challenge. And I didn't even get used to it. One summer after the next, it got a little easier, but it was still challenging. And then, maybe for some of us, this is true too. And then they went to boarding school for high school. And even though it was only, an hour or two away and I saw them almost every weekend, it was still a very big adjustment. And that was really tough. But now they're out and they're hours away, and I can't just drop everything if they need me. And the truth is they don't need me like that anymore. And wow, this is very different. So you can see the first was Band-Aid right off, and the second was little bit, little bit, little bit. And so all of these transitions and transformations over time, but this is still the last physical step, them really out of the house. So everyone's journey is very different. And so that is something that is a truth that I would like to offer you. And hopefully you can take that in and be like, yes, my transition is unique because of the journey I've already been on with my child, and also because of who my child is, and because of who I am, and because of how our relationship is, and how now I need to navigate that with them out of the house and out of the nest. And so I want to let you know there's a link in the description to my communication guidelines for communicating with your young adult, what to do and what to not do. Do not do now that your child is out of the house, because communicating with them is so much different and more critical. How we speak to them, when we speak to them, what we say, because there are fewer opportunities for the nonverbals, right? For just walking over and giving them a hug, for a knowing glance, all of those things. You're not waking up with them in the house. You're not going to bed knowing that they'll be home at night. It's not by accident that we are coming into contact with our adult child, right? So these communication guidelines are intended to help you. That's a free download. The link is in the description. And oh, by the way, if you are enjoying this, please give it a like. Consider subscribing, because there is a lot more to come. Okay, but let's get back to it. Are you prepared for the empty nest? The third truth that I want to share with you. So when you entered motherhood, it was all about you, were all about their well-being, supporting them, caring for them, their well-being. And now they've gone through an individuation process, they're in their adolescence or past their adolescence even, and they've left. It is no longer about you caring for them, supporting them, devoting yourself to their well-being and actively mothering them. It is not about that anymore. What it is about in this phase And I do have a lot to say about this. There's more to come. But for now, I'm going to introduce the concept. This phase is about your well-being. It's about your focusing on your own well-being. You have more time. You have energy that doesn't need to go in the places for them. That energy is meant right now to be turned inward on your own well-being. And your well-being, it's all connected. Your physical well-being is connected to your psychological well-being. Your physical and psychological well-being are connected to your emotional and your spiritual, your energetic well-being. It's all connected. So what active motherhood to them, being their mother, used to be, now gets to get turned inward to you. Are you prepared for the empty nest? Allowing yourself to be unprepared. Nobody knows what this looks like. And even if you had the very best guide, even if there were lots of great books and lots of great stories and a super rite of passage in our culture today, which there are not, even if there were, your journey is unique. And right now it's all about caring for your own well-being. So I hope that you take a moment and feel which one of these truths feels the best to spend a little bit of time with for yourself. Maybe journal about it. Maybe go for a walk and contemplate it. So many different options, but which one can you sit with and let marinate in your mind, in your body, in your being? With that, I'm going to leave you. Until next time, be kind to yourself, be well, and bye for now.